It says, He came from heaven to earth to show the way from the earth to the cross. My sins He paid from the heaven to the grave, from the grave to the cross, something like that. Lord, wouldn't it lift your name on high? Does that sound like that was a one-day event? God, over all of these centuries, have observed the sins of men, the things that the devil can drag them to hell with. Profanity, anger, putting things in your body that is not of God. I don't care what it is. We're not supposed to be doing oral sex, anal sex. We're not supposed to be cursing, literally, cussing, cursing. This is something that children do and adults keep as a habit, and it seems to be cool. People pay you to use profanity. People like when you use profanity. You know why? Because they know you're easy. You're an easy target. They know there's a wound somewhere, and they can take advantage of it. They can exploit it. As long as you're using profanity, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the government giving you a job. I don't care if it's the uncle that likes to touch on all the girls. I don't care if it's a producer, actor. It gives it flavor. It's real cute. But again, your mouth is your gateway. So if you're consistently using profanity, God can come back at any time. And those that are telling you you shouldn't do that, it's because they care. Now, if you're too stupid to care about your stuff now, all right? You know the devil got you going so hard that you just are so unhealed, so down in the dumps with a smile and piece of weed and a handler or whatever, that you have to use profanity. Again, the devil has you at a frequency that no matter how good you are at whatever, no matter how great you're doing something, you need to heal. You're not healed. And guess what? We say this because we care. God doesn't want anyone to go to hell. He doesn't want anyone to be tricked. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with smoking weed. Ain't nothing wrong with getting anal sex. Nobody needs to know. That's your business if that's how you get there. You can listen to all these people if you want. See, that's the Broad Street. See, that's Sesame Street. See, that's over there on the ease on down the road stuff. That's the Broadway. He said there is a narrow way. And people are bringing this message to you by God. God Himself is sending you a message that you are so valuable, that you are so one with Him, that He really wants you to understand your partnership and position with Him. But a lot of you guys, again, you've already been sold to the devil. And this is why curse words can easily, for no right reason, just fall out your face. No reason, just everything, every other sentence, every other word, casually. And that is a true signature and sign to the people that are aggressors and people that are oppressors, that you're easy pickings. You're wounded. We can get you. Now, they tried me. I don't even use profanity, except my kids are missing, and I don't know if they're dead or alive. I don't care how old the hell my kids are. They're mine. And I have a right to get upset in this realm when people have been attacking me, and I have no way of knowing what they've done with my daughters. I don't care how the hell old they are. Those are mine. Okay? And I can say kids all day. They're mine. Okay? I don't have to adapt to grown daughters, my adult children, they're mine. If I say my babies, they're my babies. And again, the desensitized people, how old are they? They're in their 20s. Oh, shoot. That's a heathen. If you come up missing, or people are not able to contact you, and yes, people walk away, people don't want to be bothered, and there still should not be people sitting out there talking about, oh, well, shoot, they grown. Are you stupid? If you came up missing, people probably wouldn't care, but I'm just saying, if you came up missing, and people are reaching out to find out about you, and there was no real reason why you left, and people are inquiring, they're talking to law enforcement, and these dummies, I want to say dumbasses because I'm still mad, are saying stuff like, well, people run away. That is not your job to decide, you clown. Your job was to simply take my request to an investigator to ensure that these girls are not out here being sex trafficked. But see how trashy law enforcement is? That leaves the door open for sex traffickers. He's standing in the way of your daughter's safety by saying to you, don't worry about your daughter. She grown. You can't make no call for no grown person here in the land of Chicago. You are a clown, sir. And next time, let your daughter that could be sex trafficked make her own report. Bitch, when was the last time you see that made me mad? When was the last time a sex trafficker was able to make a call and know that they were going to get help? Except law enforcement is trained because they're stupid to overlook these types of cases. That 13-year-old. The mom and all of them probably reported that little girl missing. And you know what those clowns probably did? Well, ma'am, I mean, kids run away. That's not your job to even say, you dumbass. If your kids come up missing, I promise you that whole law enforcement plus up surrounding areas would have been looking for that little white girl. But then when a black person say it or someone else, oh, well, they run away. Stupid. That means you need to bring them back. That don't mean you stand in the seat of judgment and say they could have ran away. We still need them to come back. Stupid as a kid. So we can't call you to assist. Who the hell are we calling? Why are you getting paid? Who are you to tell me don't worry about it, they'll show up? Who are you to decide that they need to make their own reports? There's so many people out here that are just randomly missing per day. Unless you're getting paid to be this stupid, you should simply get the information that somebody gave you and give it to whoever. And we need to pray for these people because apparently they're not very bright. I'll say it again. If you're a kid, I don't care how old they are, if you know your kids are in some type of danger and you tell law enforcement and them clowns, sit in judgment and say, listen, next time let them. When was the last time, I'm going to try again, a victim was able to call anybody? Speak. I don't care if they had the phone in their hand. Did they feel comfortable enough to make a call without thinking in the next 3 seconds because they even holding the phone and dialing 3 numbers? Beep, beep, beep. Somebody won't bust them in the head. Is it law enforcement's job to stand in those uniforms with those guns all day, surrounded by negativity, because they get a lot of negative stuff? They need counseling at least once a week. They should really get that free. The stuff they have to deal with, they should not have to go home and figure that junk out. And they shouldn't have to solicit, hey, I think I need help now. Because it's like drinking. How do you know when it's enough? Especially if you got to explore all kinds all the time. Okay? When you're getting into these situations, they're so random. They're so weird. Sometimes they're walking into crime scenes. And yeah, they could desensitize and deal with it themselves and act like, well, we'll get through it. We've seen this before. But y'all don't think they really need some professional counseling at least once a week? And if it's an immediate issue, they need to go sit down? That should be free. I'm so serious. I can't make that up. No one should have to deal with the stuff that these people deal with. They're humans. And some people do desensitize. What are they going to do with all this stuff? Especially if you've been on the force for more, I'm going to say, than a year. You probably already a certified serial killer. Shoot, you get sick of saying stupid stuff. You be like, I'm just going to shoot everybody. This is dumb. This is stupid. I'm just going to shoot it up. This is dumb. This is demonic activity. I'm on my own mission. What is this? Hello, Tanya and Monica. I'm on my own mission. This is foolishness. I don't want it. I'm not making fun of cops. I'm just saying. I'm in the window. And right now, on a beautiful Saturday morning, there is a man that thinks it is quite okay to whoop a woman up, just haul off and hit her. And the kids are right there screaming, nah, I can't do nothing. And he think because he the only strong monkey in the house, she shouldn't be able to say or do anything to make a difference. Because somehow he had plugged himself up into the situation where she probably needs him. And she probably don't. I'm sure if he's hitting on her, she don't need him. But it happens. It's beautiful. You hear how quiet it is? I can put this phone down in about 5 to 30 minutes, sadly. And you will hear somebody screaming or hollering. It is very sad. It's beautiful day. What time is it? 9:49. Somebody probably got whooped up at 7. I just let the windows up. It is sad. And I'm near 2, 3, 4 big buildings. So you don't know where the crying coming from. I mean, crying like a kid. Crying. Now, some of them square up and they bring their friends. And they don't have a lot. This is why some reason they do this. For some reason. And this is probably part of a problem that's bigger than us. There's a group of people that cause chaos in communities on purpose. And they have legal clearing from some psych ward to do it. Just keep up stuff. They separate these women from their families. I don't know if they pay the families to leave these women or what, but they leave the women. And the women are out here by themselves with kids, and then something happens to the women, and the kids go into foster care or with the grandmother or somebody to get money, something weird. And then it's just all swept under the rug. You don't see it on the news. There's been about 2, 3 women over here. I don't know them, but I will hear them fighting for life. You see, maybe something happened. One of them might get outside, and she might come back to get back or to get an understanding or something. These girls aren't stupid. And you look around, and somebody's coming to clean out the apartment. What is that? And then you don't hear no more crying. You don't hear no more hollering. What is that? And you call police, they just stupid. I don't know. Sir, I just said I can hear a young lady screaming and hollering. All you have to do is roll down your little funky windows and ride around the block of the area I just told you, and I'm sure you'll hear what I hear. You can go through the alley, go back through the thing, circle the block, go back through, maybe 1 block over, and you're going to hear the same ish I hear. See, this is what I'm saying. They're desensitized. And plus, I think this is a noise machine. Whenever something happens, they turn up these little critter sounds. Okay, like now, this is normal. Let me turn this down. You can hear it. It's a normal tone. But when it gets whenever these girls really be into something, it gets louder. See the little chirping you hear? A little quiet chirp. That's fairly normal. But whenever somebody getting their butt whipped, it gets surround sound loud. Like somebody put it on Bluetooth speaker somewhere where can't nobody hear it. Like I can hear it when it gets started. By the time it amps up, where I'm like, I can't do this. 911. Well, ma'am, can you come outside? Because we don't see nothing. We don't hear nothing. We think you playing with us. That thing be loud. And see, on the other side of the street, you can't really hear it. You can't hear people screaming because that machine is loud. So people driving through, they won't hear all this massacre mess. Okay. So me saying I could hear it, I'm in the alley. If anybody in the system is taking notes, they can be like, oh, she came from the alley. Oh, well, we got to put something back there. All of a sudden, it turns up back here too. So if somebody just driving through blindly, they will hear more of the chirping than actual screaming. It's ridiculous. I promise you it sounds like a surround sound thing to drown out people screaming. But you can hear a person's voice, okay? See how quiet it is? A little quiet chirping. Baby, it goes to pitch fever crazy after a while when it's a fight. I promise you, just out of nowhere, it gets real loud and you trying to listen and you hear this lady screaming, well, it echoing. I'm like, I know I ain't the only person hearing this. I know I ain't the only person hearing this lady scream. And that's why I sometimes turn the phone on and you guys will see it just sitting in the window. It's not to snitch, but keep it real. If it was a guy getting jacked up, he would want Jesus to come through there and rescue him. Why is it okay that when he's doing it to a woman, now he wants to be drowned out? And if anybody says something, he won't get them. Well, I ain't scared of you. Because again, if it was you, I'd do the same thing, sir. Don't do that. We have to get our common sense out here. So that's what I said. Using profanity casually, that's your business. And no one's trying to change you. They're trying to save you. The devil is snatching as many souls as he can to destroy people. It don't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how many friends you have. It doesn't matter how many followers. All that stuff is superficial. Your soul is what's valuable to God. Your soul being saved. And I know some of y'all don't want it. But just public announcement for those that are younger, that are coming on and haven't gotten settled into stupid yet. Find the discipline to yield your words to a more pure channel. Okay. because there's some wicked people out here, and they assume that when you use profanity, they can do evil things. And you may never notice that because it probably always happens. But people really feel like when you do certain things like smoke, drink, hang out, club, if they could even seduce you into that lifestyle, cursing, this, that, and the other, they could easily distract you from your kids with the cursing, with the fighting, with the drinking and the smoking. They figure you're an easy target to take all their demonic activity off of. Now, if you haven't jumped into that arena, keep cussing. They're gonna peg you as one of those demon dolls that they can play with. So you ain't gotta listen to nobody. Just keep living. Keep living. You're gonna realize there are demons out here pegging women based on how they talk, how they act, how they move. And again, I don't meet none of those things, and they still try me, and this is why y'all see all this chaos, I'm gonna be honest. All this chaos was set off because people felt like they were going to attack the girls that don't do that. They actually had made a move that it didn't matter who you were. Talking about God. They figured, oh, that's even better. Let's go after God's kids. And they literally went into churches, into homes and schools, and looked for people that do not curse, that do not drink, that do not smoke. They figured it was more valuable to play with. The devil literally said, hey, that seems like a better bargain than these old cussing hussies that like to smoke and drink. We probably get a better get right on them little church gals. And they're right. We're more valuable. We just are. We don't hurt our lungs with smoking or drinking. We don't hurt our bodies with things that we shouldn't do. We don't say things that can curse our lives and our children. We just don't. Okay. But they figured, oh, better option. We don't normally mess with those. Oh, they're more valuable. They did. And they tried it. And I promise you, all this unleashing racism and money stuff and crime and all see, it's because some of y'all godly kids done got mixed up in some mess that you wasn't supposed to be in. And God said, oh, now I'm finna bring the wrath. Yes, he did. Now folks scrambling need to leave the country, right? Now they need to figure out their lives, choices in prison or in the grave, right? They got death sentences in a lot of places. And there's still people floating around trying to play God. Oh, when I meet up with you, no, your life gonna change when you meet up with me. That's the truth of the matter. When you meet up here, you've just walked into the finest stages of your life. You are about to experience, as Donald Lawrence was saying, the Spirit of God. You're about to have a spiritual experience. See, you don't have the natural. You're about to walk up on the greatest time of your life. You're about to see a real show. So don't get it twisted. When you guys tap into the God side of yourselves, no smoking, no cussing, no drinking, no anal sex, no oral sex, you're going to tap into something that you never thought was possible. And people are still trying to figure it out, looking at me. Well, how come we don't get, God don't play about some of us? It don't matter what you think or believe, baby. You keep thinking you're the greater of the two, me and you. Truth is, we're one. And the only way you're going to figure that out is when you realize that God is waiting on you to tap into your God self. So you undid the world self. So y'all don't perfect and all that. That's so cute. God is now waiting on you to tap into the spiritual side. So many people live from just the natural. What they could see and hear and feel. Oh, baby, it's so much more to it. Oh, it's so much more to this. And people miss it. And then see when people like me talk. Oh, don't listen to her. Oh, and you miss out on the greatest act of the world. That's fine. The act of love. It's very simple, but it's more powerful than anything. It is the greatest power. And y'all keep missing it. And that's quite okay. The lady said, we're human. You can't change me. That's great. And this is why life never changes for some people. My life has been up, down, round, and round. I love it. All these experiences are only rich stories for the next generation, the next group of humans that'll come here. My story will be told. I don't know if you know that or not. You know why? Because I understand that I'm the doorway to a lot of people's lives changing. We all are. I just accept mine. I can only speak for myself. This is not arrogance, it's confidence. God said have confidence in him. Confidence in God. He did. And I'm confidently, beyond a shadow of a doubt, sure that when you tap into your God self, your life will change. You will see a different perspective. This is not about cotton and linen. This is not about people controlling people. We need to be delivered into a different experience. And I'm sure people are looking for that. So while you're sitting back, sir, ma'am, and you're thinking, oh, when I reach out, oh, this is when your life will change, and no, this, that, that's not the important part. When you reach out, you're reaching out into your different reality. You're reaching out into a different sector of your existence, a part that you talk about, but I don't think you've experienced, not with another. So, God is encouraging all of us to eliminate, I'm going to say, some demonic activity in our lives. This is a spiritual maintenance. This is a requirement as a human. Okay? This is reasonable service. Good morning. How are you? You okay? Happy weekend. So get ready. You will never be the same, trust me.